Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Sever7, and today we are taking a look at the Arkona Buran. This was designed by Ivan B, and this was a collab with the Knife Notes podcast. This is number 6 of 60, and the only difference between this and a regular Arkona is that we've got the purple anodized pivot collar, we've got the purple anodized deep carry milled pocket clip, and then we've got the purple anodized backspacer, which actually runs all the way down the bottom here, which is a nice touch. Taking a look at the front side, we've got this forged carbon fiber, I want to say. Yeah, it looks like forged carbon fiber to me. And if you just take a look, you can see like all of this. Let me make sure you guys can see it. All of this like intricate milling. We've got this stepped milling over here. We've got stepped milling up over here. And, really kind of like a controlled chaos as far as the pattern and milling design goes. Ivan B is really good at making his designs stand out. In a world where we've got like 14 billion different knife designs, it can be a little difficult to have your design stand out above others. But Ivan B does a pretty darn good job of making his designs stand out to such an extent that you can usually pick an Ivan B design out of the crowd. Now, this is his logo right here. It's like a giant beetle's head, which is pretty cool. Not sure what the inspiration for that is. And if we flip the knife around, we can see that we've got similar milling on this side. And we actually have something here that's pretty interesting, right? We see that we have a cutout, like it would be a lock bar cutout, except it doesn't go all the way to the end. If you take a look there, it stops. So this is actually a GTC design interframe lock. Now, even though that's his lock, he didn't actually have anything to do with this collaboration. But you should definitely check GTC out. Dude's absolutely wicked with his designs. And what purpose does this serve? Well, it gives you the interaction of a liner lock, like an inset liner lock, but it gives you the strength of a frame lock because it runs all the way down here, right? So what that does basically is it just improves your lockup stability. I've never had like a liner lock fail on me, but while you're what would you say? Your lockup is what, maybe 20% there. If you look past that inset liner, you can see that it's actually connected to the frame and it travels all the way down to right here. So, you can't over travel it, you can't bend it out or anything like that. So I guess that's kind of nice. You would think that this would alleviate pressure for left-handed or lefties, I'll say. It doesn't though. And we'll get to it in a sec, but this is actually pretty tough to manipulate lefty. Now we do have a deep carry reversible milled titanium pocket clip. So it is technically lefty friendly. Let's take a look at the action. Action is absolutely fantastic. Acoustics, amazing. Now I'm not much of a lefty, so just because I can't do it doesn't mean it cannot be done. Yeah, yeah. See, it's kind of hard to grip without putting pressure. Now, if you can hold it and not put pressure, yeah, let's see. No, yeah, if you can hold it and not put pressure on this lock bar, then you're money, right? But any pressure from a lefty perspective is going to make it unreverse flickable. Now, as far as the top flip, just as good as a righty. Rollback, just as good as a righty. Thumb flick. I'm not much of a thumb flicker, so that was kind of weak, but that's not the knife's fault. That's just me being bad. Try it one more time. Okay, that was like my worst attempt. So yeah, we'll stop at that. Now this knife is not this is not a tiny knife. Let's get some measurements. Now I have not learned the magic of lighting, so until I learn why from here over is dark, it I'm not gonna. You'll just have to take my word on the length. But this is coming in at a total length of, I want to say, just a hair over or right at 8.5. You know, I'm going to say it's right at 8.5 inches. Your blade length is in total for all the way down to the choil, you're looking at about 3.75, and then your cutting edge is coming in at just shy of 3.5 inches of, actual cutting. As far as the weight goes, this knife doesn't feel heavy. So despite it being big, it feels really light in the hand. If I had to guess, I would say maybe 3.8 ounces. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just had to flip up there for me. Yeah, I was pretty close. So we're coming in at 4 ounces. Honestly, for a knife of this size, that's not terrible. Of course, it's not hitting the 1 inch to 1 ounce ratio that we like to see. But at 4 ounces, considering the amount of knife you're getting, that's not cumbersome or difficult at all. Let's check the blade stock thickness. And it looks like it looks like we're at about 13 thousandths blade stock thickness. So not too thin, not too thick. It's not too bad, just kind of in the middle. Maybe a little thick. As far as the blade goes, we have this stone washed finish and just a really tall flat grind. I think this is running on caged bearings, or maybe it was a double it's escaping me, but it's like multi-row bearings. There it is. Got it. Money. Yeah, this is running on multi-row cage bearings, and that's part of what's contributing to this fantastic action. Now, this knife is currently not available, the Knife Nuts Podcast Edition. However, Levon from the Knife Nuts Podcast has informed me that they will be getting some more base models in, and by base, I just mean they're going to be not purple. They might have other colors. They might have fat carbon. They might have different anodizations or whatever, but it won't be the specific KNP limited edition. So you will still be able to get this knife. This has been termed like a budget Shiro, which I could absolutely see it. Maybe not as much in looks per se, but in feel. Like if you wanted a Shiro, like wanted to try one out, but didn't want to fork out, $700-800+, this would definitely be the route to go. Now, Levon didn't give an exact time frame for when this would pop back onto the KNP website. So if you're interested in this knife, I would highly recommend following the Knife Nuts Podcast on Instagram, following Ivan B on Instagram as well. You'll get like the latest updates, and both of those guys are great. And not just for the Arkona, but Ivan B. He did the Real Steel Rokot, which is also very like Shiro-esque. He's also done 80% of Real Steel's lineup. Um, so he knows what he's doing. And every design of his I've gotten a hold of, I've really, really enjoyed. So that pretty much wraps it up. Highly recommended. Price points around 375. Not inexpensive, but value to dollar is off the charts. So yeah, take a look at the Knife Nuts Podcast website. Just keep an eye out there. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys watching. Do the like, subscribe, and then comment. You can comment. What are your thoughts on the knife? Is it a buy? Is it a pass? What's your experience with it been like? But I could say for the amount of time that I've had this knife, I've got nothing but good things to say about it. Just some of the most fidgety action you could possibly imagine, and I've, fidgeted probably, 600 different knives, right? And this one's definitely at the top of the list. Anyway, I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you so much. And I don't recall what my zingy outro was. So just make sure that you subscribe that way, because I'll be doing this more. And I would appreciate it if you were here for that. So, set yourself up in such a way that you can come back and watch me flounder until I don't anymore. No, not like watch me flounder until I give up. Watch me, just keep watching until I'm great. Thank you. Bye-bye.